Who are the leaders? Stand up fast. I want spring action. I said if you don't love the leader, you want somebody else to be put, replace him there. We don't want buffaloes there, we want horses who will react fast. Sit down. Leader, stand up. Immediate. Yeah. When you say A1, all should repeat. When you say B1, your group, after you, not after me. So you have to be good. If your presence of mind is not good, your team will lose. You want to change your leader, change them now. The best presence of mind, smart fellow should be the leader. Otherwise, all other people can hit them. You will get beaten up by your team if you do mistakes. Ready for that? Ready? Yeah. Done? So when I tell any number, be very careful. Listen. If I say A1, immediately none of you will repeat. He will repeat A1, then you will have to repeat. If I say B1, you have to repeat. I will have 1 or 2 trials. Then the real game. A3. Not enough. No energy at all. You are not interested. I want to see the sound. A2. That's okay. B2. A1. B1. A3. B3. Yeah, now what I will do is, I will only tell one, either A1, B1, C1, something I will tell. You don't tell your number, but you should tell the B team should play it for A should play for B. Are you getting what I am saying? We will have a trial. If I say B2, the B2 should not tell B1, B3, B2. You should tell either A1, A2, A3. 1. You will not repeat. You understood? Yes, sir. You will not repeat yours. You will push it here. They will repeat. Got it? Understood? I am complicating little more. We will do 1 or 2 trials. The chance for B2. A3 should repeat fast, louder. Louder. Now what will happen? Instead of A3, as soon as A3 repeats, you will have to say another B. A3, repeat A3. Yeah, repeat. Yeah, B. B1. Yeah. B1. You repeat B1, tell another A. B1. B1. A1. B3. B2. Wait. A is not supposed to tell A. A should only push to B. B should only push to A. And don't play it back. If B1 has given to A1, A1 cannot give to B1. Another B2 or B3 only can be given. Understood the rules? Yeah. Now I will give you, right? B2. A3. No, B2 should repeat, then only give it. The first one was without that. First repeat yourself. B2. B2. A1. 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 B1. B1. You understood? What we will do is, when it happens, you will be out of the game. Your whole team will be out of the game. This is only trial. Yeah, this is only trial. We will have 1 or 2 trials. After that, chance goes to A3. A3. B2. 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 A2. A2. Hey, I told you don't, you cannot throw them back. I told you don't throw back to them, right? Otherwise A2, B2, A2, B2 will play. You cannot give back to them, you have to give back to the other two. One more chance. See, you are failing. Why? When you become the leader, you have a lot of responsibility, then your mind gets into confusion, your presence of mind is lost. Understood? Yeah. Now one more chance. Chance goes to A3.
A3. A3. B1. 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 A2. 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 B3. 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 A3. A3. B2. 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 A1. 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 B1. 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 A2. 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 B3. 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 A1. 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 B2. 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 A2. 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 B1. 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 A1. 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 B3. 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 A3. A3. A1. B1. B1. A2. 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 B2. B2. A3. 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 B1. 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 A1. 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 B2. 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 A2. A2. B1. 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 A3. 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 B3. 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 A1. 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 B1. B1. A3. 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 B2. 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 A1. 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 B1. 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 A1.
Sit down. That team can sit. Keep your hands on your head. That's out. Okay. Now you will have to play and see who goes out. Fine. Chance goes to A2. Sit down. Good enough. Good. Well done. Well done. See, I'll tell you, if I do this in the normal schools, they fail very fast. Here you are strong. Your presence of mind is strong. Good. Well done. I found your general knowledge is good. Presence of mind is good. English vocabulary, yes, it needs to be improved little bit. Mathematical ability, I don't know how much. We'll have to check this. Look at all the different examination which comes. Most of the selections, these are all what is done. Okay, now you can ask me questions. Yeah. 6, 5. Come on, last 10 minutes. Yeah.
Sir, my name is Suraj, and my question is that recently I have just read an article on newspaper in which we were told that after the successful mission of Chandrayaan 3, NASA is just wants technology transfer from ISRO. So ISRO is in it, or it is reluctant to give?
See, no space department in the world works as a competitor to each other. Everybody supports each other. When I joined in Department of Space, all the data what I used were from eSpace, France. Later I used Russian. all of us, the Indian Space Department started using all the satellite data from America only. But what is wondering is, NASA, once upon a time, who landed on moon first?
No, sir. European Space Agency.
No, the NASA is who is claiming that they landed on the moon. Claiming. Carefully I am using words.
Yes.
Now the same NASA is asking India for
For the technical-
support. So what would have happened 50 years back? They made a wonderful story. Understood? So everybody will cooperate each other.
So they will cooperate.
Everybody will cooperate.
So what about the south pole of the moon? That China is also claiming that India has not reached on the correct south pole area.
No, what is called the South Pole is not a point. It's a big area.
A big area.
Understood? So the whole world understood it.
So
China need not agree.
China is not agreeing that India landed on the south pole.
That's all political. That doesn't matter. Nobody can go and search there and see whether it is there or not now. Understood? Nobody can reach there. Nobody can communicate. It's a small equipment, as big as the stage. But on Earth, as big as the stage, somewhere it is fallen. You think somebody can go and search on the Earth from some other planet? Not possible, right? It's a huge area. So these are all common. That's what happened between America and USSR. And that's why they claimed that. That's why they claimed that
That-
somebody landed on moon. You must look at moon hawks. HAUX, hawks, false story. The great global warming swindle. Actually, global warming is not there. It's a story created by America. So America is good gameplay for creating stories. But we are good friends now. That's a different matter.
So according to that, the first step on the moon is they have taken.
Actually, it's a hoax. Many people make fun of them.
Yes.
Even when we have conferences, American scientist comes, the Russian scientist and European scientist will say, where you landed 50 years back, probably you will land again in another 100 years. We can imagine somebody landed so long, landing has to be a soft landing, right?
Yes.
If people have landed there, why when India is putting an equipment there, people are so carefully looking at whether it is South Pole or the mid, it doesn't make a difference. Gravity wise, no difference. What is the performance of, what is the preference of, what is the speciality of South Pole? When you land there, how is it surviving in the temperature for long time is what was looking at. And at the equator, Earth has got more speed. And the moon also has more speed because the spinning rate is more in the center. Down and up, spinning rate is less. So speed will become less for landing. That's the reason. Understood?
Yes. Sir, my next question is.
Yeah.
Sir, kindly tell more us about the ISRO. A life of a scientist at ISRO.
See, life of a scientist in ISRO is like a life of a person in military. Somebody comes here for a principal post, it will be different. Satellite data will come, selling will be one scientist job also. So he will be only billing, marketing, such things can happen. We have got national natural resource management. How the earth, where some plants can grow, that can be a job. Where opium, ganja is cultivated, identify narcotics department collaboration. Understood? When there is a flood, help the people. That's also ISRO's job. Satellite data communication is also ISRO's job. For whole Kargil war, I gave the maps. So my job was giving maps for the soldiers on the ground. Understood? So when somebody has to be on the ground, we have to support them. Somebody has got some activity happening in Sri Lanka. The whole Sri Lanka map I made with my hands. When something happens in Saudi Arabia, probably we wanted to look at what's happening there. When China is constructing, I want to see why they are constructing. And then report to. When Myanmar is making so many buildings, we want to know why they are making buildings there. So we keep looking around the world. That is strategic part. There is commercial part. And there is land resource part. There is a forest fire. We will go and check why there is a fire. Who kept the fire there? Survey. How much land is waste? How much land is forest holding? All these are. Flood comes. When the water comes in the flood, how much the river will become widened? How many houses will get destroyed? We have to make a survey.
Sir, it is earlier the flood or after the
Earlier the flood. After the flood, it is disaster management. So we will already tell this much water, rain will come, this much water will come, so these people have to be evacuated. So evacuation is done. Sometime that will not happen, because we can only give to the central will give the state will come and apply. By the time the flood would have come. So these are all possibilities. And weather prediction, all the television channels, all the TV media, internet, everything is from satellite image. So we sell and make money. So ISRO is making a lot of money. All the TV channels we sell. Understood? Good question. Good point. Yeah, any more questions? Come on, you don't have to raise hand, come.
Sir, I am Cadet Sagar Chaudhary. I want to ask how discipline comes from.
How discipline comes? I told you now, two types of discipline. One is self-discipline. When you come here, you are in a hall for a class, sit straight. When I say sit straight, all of you sit straight. That is demanding. When you sit properly, you are sitting, that is called self-discipline. So one is self, which is inside you. The other one is not self-discipline, somebody imposes. So there are two types of discipline. One is self-discipline, another one is imposed discipline. Yeah.
So I 3890 Cadet Satakshi. I want to ask you that how if we have failed in something, so how can we restart?
What is failure?
When we do not succeed in something.
How many times a scientist have to fail before becoming successful, you know?
Lots.
We write a software, it doesn't work. The software is maybe 1,000 lines. We want to find out where the error is. When somebody jumps, do you think the first jump the child will learn?
So we get scared now to
No,
start again.
that is the problem. The problem is not,
To get scared.
yeah, the problem is getting scared. The biggest enemy for each one of us is bhayam. What is it? Bhayam. What will happen if I fail? If you are driving scooter, bicycle, when you fall, you know what? First thing what you do? You don't look at your injury, you don't look at your bicycle, you see around and see whether somebody has seen it or not. Correct? If there is a door which is to be pulled or pushed, by mistake the pulling door you push, your head hits there, immediately you will see whether somebody has seen it or not. So it is not bhayam, it is shame. What others will think. You know, young children will learn faster. That is because they don't have shame. They ask, how to operate this? You teach me. Elderly people, if I don't know how to use it, it's a shame, so let me not ask anybody else. So you are not learning when you don't ask questions. Who will not ask questions? When you ask questions, somebody will think, oh, they are thinking that I don't know this. My English will not be good. My question is silly, so let me not ask questions. Shame, the biggest enemy for learning, biggest enemy for not being successful is shame. What you should do is assume you are not able to do something. I am sure you have got a great support available from some or other person where you can bend upon, ask help. He can be your mentor. He can be your coach. Ask. Doesn't matter. Ask. If you can ask and then get their support, you will become the winner. So assume you do some mistake. You are a failure. Identify a person who can make you successful. You need always a guide, always a mentor. You can see in Mahabharata war, how many times there are small stories which talks about how somebody thinks that this is water, he slipped and fallen. So many stories you will hear. Why it is added in the Mahabharata? To make you feel that there will be a lot of people will laugh at you, but don't care them. Take a challenge, prove that you can do well. That is what makes you successful. I told you in the morning, I was not a good student, but my brother told you cannot study mathematics. So what did I do? I challenged him and said I am going to study. And I had good teachers, great teachers. I went to them, started learning, invested a lot of time. I used to tell all my friends, you have any doubt, ask me, I will answer it. Who is telling? The worst student is telling other person, ask me a question, I will answer. And when they ask questions, I will tell tomorrow I will answer. And what do? I go to library. I will ask which book this person has taken. And he will tell this book, give me another copy of that. I am sure he would have asked from this book. What do? I study that book, answer, go to some teacher's house, ask questions, learn everything. The whole night I will work. Next day morning I will give answer. So many students started asking questions to me when I was a student of graduation. That is where I became a successful person. Every time the teacher finish class, go out of the class, I will go to the board, explain what the teacher taught in the class. If I have to explain what the teacher taught in the class, how should I sit in the class? Full concentration, write down all the notes so that I can look at it and teach. So I used to take tuitions, I used to take classes in the college where I studied. Principal gave me permission to teach my colleagues. Principal gave me permission to teach my juniors. So I was a teacher to most of my classmates and juniors. I am recording it. My class teacher, my teacher who taught also will see this video. And she will be very happy to say that Parvati teacher is one of my most favorite teacher. I am sure this she is going to see. Especially because I am talking in the military school, because her daughter is in military. Understood? She will say, yeah, I heard you mentioning my name. So my own teachers look at it, listen to this, and they feel proud of me. Once upon a time they told this fellow is useless, nothing can be studied. So challenge yourself. That will make you successful. For challenging, sometimes you have to ignore shame. Yeah. Good enough? Yes, wonderful? Yes, enjoyed? Yes, raise your hands. Say well done. You, not me. Okay. Some scoldings, that's normal. I do much harsh sometimes. That is to make you powerful, that's it. Clap. Sound is not enough. Louder. Thank you. Thank you. God bless you. Good enough? एकता स्वतंत्रता समानता रहे, एकता स्वतंत्रता समानता रहे, एकता स्वतंत्रता समानता रहे, विश्व में चरित्र की अमानता रहे, विश्व में चरित्र की अमानता रहे, समानता रहे, समानता रहे. Good.
Thank you, Dr. Shyam, for this wonderful lecture. Today we will go through Rashtriya Dholpur Lt.Col. I am sure the cadets must have taken the experience which you shared with them. I am sure they are going to benefit out of that. And in the coming time, of course, they can make their life as a challenge and they can go ahead of that. And I am sure in the coming days, the motivational talks, the inspirations which they gain during this complete one day is going to be a helpful hand for them. And on behalf of Rashtriya Dholpur, I would like to offer a small token of remembrance, a school memento, the tradition here.
Oh.